I'm gonna be like a half second off.
Hopefully we're mostly synced up. As I've said, for the kind people, here's some content so you don't have to edit this out. I've kind of already seen a lot of what I give a shit about from this, to be completely honest with you, and I've read about a few other things, but I'm doing this anyway.
I was actually up
Some
because
discussion.
my sleep schedule's shit, but I started to watch the pre-show and that was just pure cancer, so I was like, I'd rather sleep.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I can imagine that it was not worth seeing.
No.
Usually aren't.
Alright, we got ourselves,
What is this too human ask forging?
Forge but with speakers.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete.
Ah.
Oh, it's the halos.
Ah.
Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come.
For now,
must
it's gonna
remind
curb
myself.
stomp colonist.
Liquid crystal cannot rise on its own. Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction.
I don't know.
Armor
It's been
better than
doing
nothing.
alright.
It all means nothing. Until you step inside.
No, this game will not magically make me 7 feet tall. I wish it did, that'd be cool.
Now shipping with the Xbox Series X. Cybernetic leg enhancements.
Hey, if you want to guarantee a sale for me, that's how you do it.
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean, this is a punishment, right? Yep, this is death.
I don't know if it's the same voice actor or not, but this guy sounds extremely like Octane. Every time he opens his fucking mouth, I'm like, is this the Apex?
I'm gonna assume that this is like YouTube compression, because that kind of looked like shit a little bit. Looked very.
Sorry, I
I don't know. The textures need a lot of.
No, no, you. I can't stand this. Who you are?
Breathe.
No, you don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're. Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh, please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
Oh, there's a space platypus, whatever that is.
Space puss. Yeah, it's weird. This particular video that we're watching looks a little rougher than the trailer I saw Richie post. Just like frame rate wise, this almost looks like it was I don't know, ripped from the stream and then fucked up a little bit. If
It
like if
has
you were to
be,
go
yeah,
look at
those
the trailer,
textures
that
look super flat, you know.
if you were to go look at the well, this game, I was gonna remark that even in the trailer that Richie had showed, because this is spoiler alert. This is the video that I had seen already.
Okay.
Don't mind me if I'm mumbling a little bit. I've been drinking.
Open world.
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of interesting that I pulled from this is that, and who knows how long this sticks around for, but very open like level design, which is kind of neat. I don't know if it's going to be like true open world or not, but this is very clearly very like reminiscent of early like Halo 1 levels and shit.
Yeah, honestly, I always thought that made more sense. Because, like, a lot of games, I've played many games where I had to, you know, destroy 3 anti-aircraft cannons. And usually it's linear and there's stupid set pieces. But, yeah, there's no reason why it couldn't be like, oh, here they are on the map, do it in whatever fucking order you
Yeah. I'll be curious to see, like, to what extent. I don't know if this is just a very open level that they're showing, or if this is going to be, like, a true open world game. I don't know if you recall, but when we were, like, first talking about this game, back when they showed off the first trailer of it, like, the cinematic trailer, I remember I was talking to, like, you and I think maybe Richie, and I was like, man, it really feels like they're trying to tell us that it's going to be, like, big and open and like exploratory and stuff, because that first cinematic trailer was just like vistas and like animals walking around and shit, and I was like, is this gonna be like an open world Halo game or something? And then they show us this gameplay and it's like, it's very big.
Ooh,
clearly
little popping on those clouds there.
And then you get shots like this where it's like, look at how big the level is, and it's like, what are you showing me?
See
like,
that Halo ring? You can climb it.
Is it it is like Skyrim but with guns.
Finally.
It's never been more applicable.
I wouldn't mind that. That would actually be really cool. Because
Well,
again,
like a
of
true
just,
open world Halo game?
well, not only that, but just because of the geometry of Halo rings, like the fact that if it's like you could look straight up and then eventually get to that side, like that's kind of cool
Yeah, that would be cool.
from a geometric perspective.
But I have a strong feeling that maybe what we're seeing is just a very open level, and it's not like true open world. If there's any like articles that exist out there where they've talked about this footage that they've shown, I have not read it, so I don't know if they've like made any statements on this as of this recording. But like,
there was detective vision right there.
there's a grappling hook, bro.
Everything has a grappling hook now. Grappling hooks are the robot buddy from Last Generation.
The grappling hook is very neat. It's also very like not Halo.
Oh yeah.
It's just like weird, which is like an ignorant thing to say, because it's like it's the point is that they're like changing the formula, and I get that. But when I first saw him do it, I was like, ooh, that's weird. I'm not used to that, because everything else when he's just like walking around shooting dudes like this is just very Halo.
I kind of hate
like, it's
how
not...
the brutes look now.
Yeah, they look alright.
Because their armor was more like tribal and like rougher, and now it looks like they're just wearing the same thing.
But but Anthony, these guys are like special brutes, don't you know about the deep lore? So you don't know it. Well, actually, you would know it yet, because he said the Banished, and apparently these dudes are all from Halo Wars 2 or something.
The UNSC lost this war months ago. Your people are broken, scattered, hunted, defeated by me. I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't. We are one step ahead, always. The ring is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox. challenge, I grew weary, lost, alone.
Okay, dude.
Suddenly
like-
gets very emotional.
Yeah, he's like talking down to his enemy, and then he was like, "But then I had feelings."
This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard.
This is fucking stupid.
I don't entirely agree. I don't know who this guy is because I didn't play Halo Wars 2. I think it's a neat concept to have a bad guy that's like, I'm just hype because I know who you are, and like let's murder each other. It's gonna be hype. But at the same time, I don't know. It's difficult for me to get like super excited about that trailer because the gameplay just looks like more Halo, and like I don't feel like 343 has been like knocking it out of the park in my opinion.
Of the team at 343,
with 4 and 5.
and we're
So
thrilled to share a hint of the epic battles that await you
It
on
looked
the
like they had
next
a lot
chapter
of
of Master
burst
Chief's
weapons,
journey.
which are kind of my jam. So that's
This is the
aight.
most ambitious campaign we've ever created.
also
at 343.
difficult to get hype about it
For the
because
first time,
it
players
is
will have
coming
the
to
freedom
PC and it
explore
has a
mysterious
Steam
new Halo
page.
ring
Oh.
that's several
But
times
you
larger
need
than our
Windows
last
10.
two
I
Halo
know
games
I got
combined.
that shit at the
Halo
moment.
Infinite has
So
been built from the ground up to take
That's
full
fine.
advantage of
We'll
Xbox
get 'em.
Series X.
We'll get 'em.
Bigger battles, epic vistas, more complex
COVID
visual
money
effects,
2.0 is coming.
displayed with
pretty
10 times the
incredible that
processing
Halo
power
Infinite's
per
going to come out
pixel
on
of Halo
Steam
5.
and not the
This will be
Windows
running at a
Store or
flawless
whatever the
60
fuck.
frames per second
Yeah.
and will allow us to bring the Halo ring to life in ways that have never been possible before. We look forward to sharing even more about Halo Infinite in the coming months, including the first look at multiplayer. And now, please enjoy a glimpse of what others in the Xbox Game Studios family have been working on.
World premiere.
World premiere. Hellblade.
I don't know why I
Oh
found that
no,
funny.
it's not.
Uh,
I saw woods and a fire, and I was like, it's probably Hellblade.
no, this is
Clearly not.
the not Last of Us. The many of us. Tomb Raider.
There's a bunch of us. There's about a handful of us.
There's a couple of them.
But there's a bunch of us.
Got that bass kicking in. Yeah, that's blood. Glad you touched that.
What's that smell?
It's blood. What? Oh, that's cool.
The tables have turned. Oh.
Oh, State of Decay.
Okay. That's cool. I never was like super into that series. I know
Me
people
neither.
love the first one, and I think I heard the second one was kind of not as good, but I could be wrong.
Welcome everyone to the
That's just a
Xbox
fun
Game
re- like, no one
Showcase.
Really?
Today, we're
does
showing
zombie
games from
animals
9
that
of our
much,
15 Xbox Game
and I think
Studios,
that's a terrifying
including
concept that people
unveils
should
of
get down
5
with.
new first-party
Like,
games.
nothing scared
What
me
you will see
like
today
fucking
is how Xbox Game
zombie
Studios
crows
are harnessing
in
their
Resident
passions
Evil, 'cause
to
just the
bring their
concept of
dreams
that,
to life.
a flying
Yeah.
We believe that
infection
how you
vector
find and
is
play your games
disturbing.
is as important
does one
as
get
the
away?
device you play them on.
Exactly. It's like
Xbox Game Pass is the best way to discover and play. And we
I can
want you to be
cheat
able to
'cause they
experience
put
as many great
timestamps.
games as possible. So Game
I can
Pass
see what's
members,
coming.
Don't you cheat.
you can play every game you see today from your
Alright,
subscription
I'll
or
stop
free to
myself
play.
from cheating.
These games will look
I mean,
and
I'm
play
not
best
watching this on YouTube
Xbox
right now.
Series
What are you
X,
talking about? This is a live
delivering
stream. I'm
unmatched
certainly
Yeah, what are you
not
talking about?
stealing
performance,
videos.
precision.
We're
Right.
absolutely not
We've
late
designed
to this
the
at
most
all. I definitely
consistently
didn't
powerful
already
next-generation
state that I had
console.
seen trailers
And we
from
built
this.
state-of-the-art
I
Like 10
platform
minutes ago.
technology to allow
zooming this
every
in to
developer
cut out
to realize
the
their full
logo
vision.
of the streaming
One
group
studio
to the bottom
that has
right.
always pushed the limits
That's
of our
definitely
hardware
Oh
is
yeah,
Turn
look
10.
at that.
And they're early in development on the next Forza Motorsport. And Xbox Series X is
I
bringing them
didn't
closer
realize.
to their dream of unprecedented realism with ray
Big
tracing
shout out to
and
GameSpot.
native
Thank you.
4K resolution,
What?
all at
Who?
60 frames per second.
I'll be getting
The
Forza
trailer
now,
you're
baby.
about to
Let's
see
go.
Was captured completely in engine.
Let's fucking go.
World premiere.
I love car driving. Big car drive. Huge me.
Wow. It's weird how the language evolved. Like, remember when it used to be like, this is gameplay footage, and now we're like, it's
Yeah,
in
captured
engine.
in engine. What a nice kind of loophole-y way of being like, no, yeah, dude. I mean, it might be gameplay. I don't know.
Technically, the engine is rendering this, but we'll ignore the 27 supercomputers and the fact that it's rendering like just these still images.
And all the touching up that we may or may not have done that won't be present when you're controlling it, you know, but it's fine. Oh, yeah. I'm leaned way back in my chair right now, dude. I'm in max comfort position. Weather tech. Nice. Get hype.
I look how
Drive
they're
a
saying
vehicle.
Windows PC.
I mean, that looked very nice graphically, but it's also just in engine. And I don't know what that means.
I can't.
Rare.
Oh, rare.
Banjo?
And it's colorful. Crocker's bad fur day.
Crocker.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it,
It's just the rhythm of the night.
It's actually
but only a
Killer
few
Instinct too.
truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments. In every step of a perilous journey. In the symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share.
It's animal bending.
And in moments of stillness. It teaches us to look beyond the expected.
Oh, gross.
To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world. Our world has a rhythm.
It is animal
We
bending.
all
I was
sense it.
joking.
But only a few truly feel it.
I want the hard cut to like the robot faction that is just deforesting everything. And then
About fighting the powers that be, man.
fucking
Dropping down the
Unholy
woods.
War 2 fades in on the screen.
Fuck you. You're just trying to talk about Unholy War. You're just trying to fit it in.
That's the only thing I can think of
I
where
see
it's
you.
like
Wild will
naturey
give to
hippies
you
versus
a magical
techno.
and untamed
terrible.
Like, how
natural
can I
world
talk
for you
about
to
Unholy War
explore and
during
to
this
just
recording?
truly
Is
lose
there any
yourself
way I
in.
can possibly
It's a place to be
get this
eternal.
in there?
Well, I just
Oh,
I
I
don't
found a
Eternal
way.
has the
I mean, that
gift
looks
to
very pretty,
sense
but I
and
don't-
feel
I
how
don't
magic
care about
flows
that,
through
you know?
nature
I'm
and
not a
connects
magic
every
person. I'm not a
living
nature
thing.
person, so I have
The
to throw in
team
my
here at
elements
Rare
to
are
spice
so
it up.
excited to be working on something
And
like
my elements are
Everwild.
diametrically
And I hope you're
opposed to
excited
such a
too.
thing.
But I just want to take this
So,
opportunity
Unholy
to
War.
say a massive, massive thank you to
Yeah,
everyone
one of the
who's
best
shown
games of
their
all time.
support and love.
All right,
I'm
touche.
sure
Thank you for the
Unholy
incredible,
War will not. I'm
awesome,
sure this game will
positive
not even
community
hold a
that's
fucking
already
candle to
growing
Unholy
around
War, dude.
this game. Thank you,
Or the
thank you.
hypothetical Unholy War 2 sequel. I didn't hear a fucking word she said because I'm too busy talking about Unholy War. She was probably like, this is exactly what that game is. This is exactly how it's going to play. Let me explain it in depth. And
Love you, Mom.
meanwhile, these two dipshits are
You
talking
seem
about
well,
Unholy
too.
War.
Mom?
Allison?
Yeah.
Don't knock. Are they the
doesn't
fucking
That they don't believe us.
Help? What's the name of that game? It's just
all
like a
believed that
Telltale
would
game
happen
about
to
the
Oh,
little girl
Life
with
is
magic
Strange,
powers.
and
Yeah,
then
there
there
you
was
go.
that
But
other
we
one with
couldn't
the
be
magic
sure.
kid. Oh, it looks like mom gets possessed and is just trying to shotgun her children.
Man,
It
so this
doesn't
is an
matter
Evil
that they
Dead
kept us
fucking
apart.
point click adventure.
That's sick. I'd watch that.
It doesn't matter that finding the truth
But mom becomes a deadite.
feels impossible.
That's the name of the game. Mom becomes a Deadite.
The only
See, and now
thing
you're
that
trying to
matters
shoehorn in your Evil Dead
is
very
you
live
and my
Yeah.
brother.
franchise during this touching.
This is a very hype trailer,
And the
okay?
only way to
I
move
guess they
forward
Very
survive.
excited.
is to keep looking back.
We've been getting these visions whenever we see or hear something really emotional.
Oh boy.
What? This is a very lame line of dialogue.
Everything we thought
Something
we knew about
really
Marianne just got
emotional?
thrown out the
What
window.
What does that mean?
Are you gonna watch
I
the
watched
Star
The
Wars?
Notebook.
You gonna watch
She
the Star
attacked you.
Wars trailer,
We both
start
saw it.
crying like those idiots on YouTube, and then a vision
I
comes to you?
thought coming here would
I
be
watched The
closing a
Notebook and
chapter
I
of
was
our
given
lives.
visions of a possible future.
What type of strong emotions? Could you listen to like some, I don't know,
Nothing good
Meshuggah and
comes from
start
stirring up old
seeing like
memories.
childhood?
Meshuggah.
We don't really have a
Anger is an
choice about
emotion.
that.
There's always a choice, son.
I can't do this.
Oh, there was just like a troll.
That looks like it's right up my alley. I'll be sure to pick that up on August 27th. You got me.
Pre-order Mom Becomes a Deadite now.
Hey everyone.
I mean, if that's
My
actually
name
what
is
it is,
Gennady. I'm
you
the
got me.
co-founder and director of technology at Moon Studios. Today we're very excited
Oh,
to
Ori
tell you
guys.
that we're working on a very, very special version of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, specifically for Xbox Series X. We are now at a time where we can reach levels of fidelity and frame rates previously absolutely impossible on any console. An already gorgeous game like Ori can now run at 120 Hz refresh rate in full 4K HDR in its highest
I'm gonna need
quality,
to buy a
delivering
fucking
unprecedented
better
game
TV
feel
or
with
monitor.
silky smooth animation, super
Not
crisp,
looking
sharp
forward to the
image,
amount of money I
and
need
low
to spend
input
when I
latency, which
do
is just
upgrade.
so important for the tight and precise platforming feel of this game.
I also kind of
We can also boost the immersion in different spaces in our world by using premium audio tech that we previously just could not simulate in real time. And with all of this crazy hardware power, we can give our players more options with
Yeah,
how they
is
want
he
to play our
purchasing it?
game. We
Yeah,
can't
he's
wait
waiting
for
for
all of you to
confirmation
experience this
of,
very special
Corona
version
Relief
of Ori
2.0.
coming to Xbox
Bro,
Series
yeah,
X
dude.
with smart delivery later
I'm trying
this
to
year.
get him to not go all in on the graphics card because he's getting a 2080 Super, and I'm like, don't do that. The 3 series is like just around the corner. Just save the money. Just wait, man.
Yeah.
Oh, robots on it. Oh,
From the furthest reaches of the universe comes the biggest mystery in the galaxy.
An abandoned research facility, and now shady corporate intrigue.
Marvel of the Gorgon asteroid. A sordid stopover, full of salacious secrets and scandalous strangers.
Greetings, attractive patron. You are looking downright unlawful today.
With the right kind of case,
They wanted us to develop a miracle drug.
can put you on the wrong side of a gun. Or sword. Or this thing. Thrills. Danger. Intrigue.
A word of advice before you go, Captain? Trust no one.
What will you find on Gorgon?
I need to go back and finish this game.
I never ended up getting it.
It's very good. Like, I actually liked it a lot, but I just let it get away from me, as I do with most things. But I'm actually making an attempt at finishing games I play now, so it's on my list.
If you're waiting
Oh, it's the Honey I Shrunk the Kids game.
for the biggest game of the year, then wait for Cyberpunk. But if you're ready for the smallest, we've got you covered. From Obsidian Entertainment, the makers of games that are nothing like this one.
I was about to say, what? This is by Obsidian?
I didn't know that this was Obsidian, actually.
Strive together to thrive together. Or just feed your friend to the spiders and go solo.
Was this like shown off previously? Did you know about this game?
Yeah, I was aware of this game.
Oh,
I don't
didn't know
remember
about
where
that.
it was shown off, but it was like... It was a while ago.
Grounded. Is that an Xbox? What is that? Is that an Xbox exclusive? Slash PC, obviously, because every Xbox
It's
game
something we
comes
do
to PC.
every day when we come to the office.
bought
We
Obsidian,
can't wait for you to play our next great
Yeah,
adventure.
but that's always been a weird
It's the first of
relationship
two
because like
planned
Outer
story
Worlds
expansion
is on
packs
other
for the Outer
platforms.
Worlds that we're putting together with our friends from the private
Did they own
industry.
Obsidian
Now, it's also
before
important
Outer
we
Worlds
continue
came
to
out?
evolve
I honestly
how
don't
we tell
remember.
stories and
I
games,
don't think so.
and Grounded
I
is the
think,
perfect
like,
example
they
of
left
that.
that out,
The
and
team
that
has been
was
working
then,
for the last 2 years on how to
Microsoft
tell an
did the
Obsidian
Splice
story within a survival game. Now, what's great is that you're
That's
gonna
such
be
an
able to
interesting.
play
If
the
there's
game
any
on July
like,
28th
I'm
on Xbox Game Preview
assuming that
and
by
on
the
Steam
end of
Early
this event, there's
Access.
not going to
We
be
wanna
like
hear
a
from
full,
you,
like I
and we
have
wanna
seen
continue
some
to
stuff
build Grounded
obviously,
together.
but I haven't seen
yeah.
all of it. I'm
If
assuming
you've
it's
been
going to be very
wondering,
much like the
we
Sony
have
event
been
where I
working
walk
on the
away
next
going,
big
yeah,
Obsidian
one or two
RPG.
things was cool,
Check
but
it
for
out.
the most part, it's kind of whatever.
Hold on.
World premiere.
They just said that they were working on a new RPG.
I was literally about to say Obsidian is probably one of the more interesting.
We have always known war.
Oh, I know that voice.
Oh, that symbol's from Path
It
of Exile.
forged our empire. Turned heroes into queens and kings. And decimated our foes.
A Skelly boy?
Now our oaths
That
are
archer
lost,
was one hell of a shot.
forsaken. And you must face the monsters our sins have borne.
Obsidian Skyrim?
Shit, I'd be down for that. They'll do it better than Bethesda.
An oath worth the weight
It's a low bar.
We've already proven that with like New Vegas back in the day. So like anything, if this is literally Microsoft's like Bethesda game ripoff, but just made by Obsidian, I'm in. It'll be better than anything Bethesda's made or will make.
Oh, it's sad, but it's true.
Avowed is an expansive first-person RPG
Oh my God.
set in the fantasy world of Eora. When Obsidian Entertainment joined Xbox Game Studios, they told us that this epic game is the one they want to make. As creators of critically acclaimed RPGs,
Oh my God.
this is Obsidian at their best, and it is being built from the ground up to take full advantage of the power of Xbox Series X. At Xbox Game Studios, we also work with independent developers, always with the goal of empowering them to bring their ideas to life. I'm excited to announce our work with Interior Night, a new studio led by some of the most talented storytellers in our industry. Let's meet Caroline Marshall, studio head of Interior Night, to debut their
They
original.
literally got Obsidian to make a game for Xbox
Bonjour,
that people
I'm Caroline from Interior Night.
are always
team
have been
is really
hyped for Obsidian to make
about
ever since
interactive
like New
storytelling.
Vegas.
Because when you play
That's
a
actually
story,
kinda huge.
You step into the character's shoes. You get to experience their fears, their hopes, their conflicts firsthand. And in the process, you learn
And Outer
more about
Worlds has
yourself.
proven that they've still got
And
it.
this is quite powerful.
So that's kind
Our
of dope.
first game spans 30 years in the American Southwest. It's a story about family,
30
resilience,
years
and
in the
sacrifice.
American Southwest.
But most of all, it's about how you will shape the fate of real, flawed people trying to find their way in a world they don't fit in. I hope you enjoyed the trailer.
I will. I'm enjoy the
World
fuck out of this
premiere.
trailer.
It looks like they were doing like live stuff and then editing it.
Detailing
so
it, yeah.
It could be rotoscope. I like rotoscope as an animation style, like
much
a
of
lot.
late. I need you now, cannot wait, don't wanna look, you're not around.
We were on our way to start a new life that summer. For our family, it was just a stopover.
And then the Tremors came.
In a world without animation.
Fuck, what do they call Tremors again? What's that line in the movie? It's been forever. You're gonna be sorry if you don't give them a name.
All of us that day.
Graboids.
Yeah, there you go, Graboids. Fucking it.
Coincidence? No. It was a long forgotten
I was kind of
secret,
excited for rotoscope. This is just
buried in
kind
the
of
dark.
living comic book.
Art
I'm
stills,
I'm
yeah.
less hyped for that.
All my life, I've been scared of
It's
the
like they took
shadows.
shots of actors and like painted over them, you know?
But now,
And then
I'm
animate the
finally
art.
ready to step into
And
the
animate
light.
air quotes.
Yeah, animating in air quotes. Your hair
I
is...
got your letters.
It's terrifying. Ninja Theory.
Here at Ninja Theory, we're
Oh,
hard
right.
at work on all of our projects, including Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which we announced at the Game Awards back in December.
I really want to
An
play the first
incredible
Hellblade.
3.5 million players.
Because
have
I've
now
heard it's good,
experienced
and
Senua's
there's like
story
some hype for
in Hellblade
this, and I'd
Senua's
like to be
Sacrifice.
ready for it.
We're excited to start giving you an insight into what comes next for our Celtic Warrior, an experience that we'll be building in Unreal Engine 5 for Xbox Series X and PC. I'm happy to reveal today that Senua's Saga will be set in the beautiful country of Iceland. And you can find out more about our location scouting and how we've discovered the history of our setting in a brand new behind-the-scenes development diary, which you can view straight after the show on the Ninja Theory YouTube channel.
It's very weird to me, where it's like, not that Ninja Theory, they're not nobodies, and Hellblade got sales, but it's very weird for like, it's not super established, but like here's our
It's been so touching to
developer
see the
diary
impact that
behind the
Hellblade
scenes
Senua's
movie.
Sacrifice has had on so many
It's
players.
weird how like
And we're incredibly thankful
I
to
don't know,
What do you
certain
mean?
things
What's
just
the-
get
being
all
part of
sorts of
Senua's
money.
story so far.
What do you mean?
And we're excited for you to be
Are you
part
just
of
are you
our
shocked
development
because
journey
you don't think
from here
Ninja
on
Theory
out.
is like a big enough dev to warrant that? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, kinda.
Because Ninja Theory's been around for a while.
No, again, I'm not saying anything bad about Ninja Theory. It's just, I don't know, weird use of money, in my opinion. Like, I think
Well-
people will be more about. Oh god, Double Fine.
Ninja Theory is one of those is a dev that's had a very weird journey, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What?
Jack
Peter?
Black?
Peter, he's been sitting there the whole time? Hey, who wrote the song? Peter. Oh, Peter.
It looked like he
Fantastic
was
work.
gonna
Love the
cry
song.
when he shook his
Very
head.
much. It's gonna be
Oh my
fun
god,
to
he
sing it.
touched me.
Now it's time to,
I've been touched
to
by
rock.
the black.
Shall we start rocking?
Motherfucking Jack Black.
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor.
Oh, I forgot
I
about
hope you don't mind
Psychonauts.
pop-ins.
Yeah, most people did.
Because then they announced it, what, a couple of years ago? That it was like coming out.
Where are we?
It's a quiet place.
I don't know how to feel about Psychonauts. I've always been really weird on it because there's some people I hear like I've always heard people go nuts about Psychonauts. Like, oh my god, it's one of the best games of all time. Oh my god, I'm so fucking excited that the second one, that there's another one coming, and like, and then I've heard other people be like, it's okay, and I really don't know what to think.
Well, I think it's one of those
It's very
cliche things.
confusing.
It's very unique, so you know some people fall in love with it and then others are like, eh.
It's just so weird because the people who like it talk about it like it's one of the greatest games of all time. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's like, I've always heard people be like, no, dude, Psychonauts is like fucking incredible. You have to play Psychonauts. Oh my god. And then other people are like, it's okay. Or I've heard some people, I don't remember who, but I've heard someone somewhere say that it was like straight up bad and that they hated it. So like, I literally have no idea what I'm supposed to think. I know we know people, like, isn't Sean all like Psychonauts is the shit?
Yes.
But like, I don't, it's just weird. I've heard so many differing opinions on it.
Well, that just means that it's unique.
Yeah,
that's how those
that's true.
things work. Like, if it's very unique, it sticks with people. But then again, if that uniqueness kind of bounces off, it works against it. So, because I mean, this is what Double Fine Tim Sweeney. Like, that's kind of his thing. It's like, this is very unique.
Tim Schafer. Come
Tim
on,
Schafer,
dude.
sorry.
Sweeney's
So
that other
it's-
guy.
It's very unique, and it's a fun setting, like Grim Fandango or whatever, but the actual games are like, eh? But if you like the setting, then it goes well beyond the meh.
I'm just looking at Psychonauts shots, so I'm gonna go back to talking about Ninja Theory real quick. It's such an interesting dev, because like they made DMC, you know, and like people hated that well, some people hated that shit, but like you can't deny that DMC was okay gameplay wise, not amazing, but like okay.
I think
and to
that
see
was
them
more
like make
after
that
the patch, though.
Yeah, it was. But to see them make like that 180 to like Hellblade and actually be getting like mild acclaim and shit,
experience the amazing
and like
games built
Microsoft
by
money is
Xbox
kind of weird.
Game Studios, and there is just so much more for you to play on Xbox.
Well, again, like look at a lot
We are
of the
partnering
older
with
ones,
thousands
like
of creators,
Bethesda's a great
from the
example
largest
of, like, the
publishers
exact
to the
opposite,
smallest independent
where they made
developers,
gold,
to
and
bring
then
you
it
the
was like,
broadest
what is
variety of
happening?
games ever.
Yeah.
There is one developer in particular that is close to us, not just geographically, but
Or
in history too.
you can be a dev like
thrilled to
Quantic
announce that
Dream,
this
and you could
fall,
be making
our
shit
friends
your
at Bungie
entire
will bring
career. It's just that
Destiny
the
2
shit gets
to Xbox
prettier, and
Series
some
X
people think it's
and
good, even though it's
Xbox
not.
Game Pass. If you are one of the more than 10 million Game Pass subscribers, you also get
Like your
access
dog
to
shit
all
starts out
current
both looking
Destiny 2
and playing like
expansions
dog
starting
shit, and then
this
it gets really like pretty and nice
For
to
Game
look
Pass
at,
Ultimate members,
but it's still dog
Destiny
shit.
2 will also be playable on mobile from the cloud. Later this year, Bungie will also release a new version of Destiny 2 that is
know what all this
optimized for
shit is
Xbox Series
anymore.
X. 4K resolution.
Like, I only
running
had to
60
deal with like
frames per
PlayStation
second.
Plus, but then
Here's
there's
an
PlayStation
all-new look
Now,
at
now there's
Bungie's
Xbox
Destiny
Game
2
Pass,
Beyond
and
Light.
there's Live, and it's like
I mean,
don't
they've
even
all
know
got
what
their-
half of this shit does.
It's all pretty fucking simple, but like, yeah, they're bloating their fucking services massively.
Well, it's free money. Why wouldn't you?
Every moment brings them closer.
And
It's
I know at
time
least
to
for
step
like the Game
beyond the
Pass type
light.
stuff, I mean, it is just a way to siphon money because you're not going to play half the games they give you, but it is still ultimately saving money if you're even half interested in it.
Yeah, it's
games
I don't
are
know.
so expensive, and they're going to get more expensive. They're coming. $70 is coming, so $15
Game
a month
Pass
doesn't
is
feel
dumb.
bad.
Game Pass is a very interesting thing. I think it could be really interesting to see. This is kind of related, but also unrelated to what we're looking at. It'll be interesting to see like what's up with that whole like
I'm just
12
I
month
realize
gold subscriptions gone thing.
I realize I just saw that like they're adding a brand new ice class to all of the classes in Destiny, and I just don't care. Like none of the other classes did ice. That's all brand new. I don't care.
This is Destiny 2 that you can play any way you want thanks to Xbox Game Pass.
Destiny 2 is such
Some
a
of the
weird
world's most
game to me
inspired
because like
developers
I
are working
would
on
play
games
it,
for
but
Xbox
like I'm
Series X, and
so
we're just honored to be able to collaborate
I so
with
like don't want to
Xbox
just like
Series
buy all
X
that
will
DLC
empower
and
both
like go
new and
back into the
experienced
grind
creators
and
to bring
shit.
the future of
And
games to
to
life
know that like
like
we don't have
never
enough
before.
people to play
Unique
raids and stuff
perspectives,
is just like kind of
unexpected
defeating.
innovations, and fresh voices that
there's no
demand to be
in-game
heard,
voice, so
and
you
that we
can't
can't wait for you to
just get
discover.
people or make friends.
All of the games you're about to see are being built to launch exclusively on Xbox consoles. Thanks and enjoy.
World
Xbox
premiere.
consoles.
console launch exclusive. This could be games that will also get PC ports, but they're gonna
At
be
least a
like
year
only
later.
on Xbox, yeah. For a little while. Like Death Stranding-ish, but for Xbox.
Mhm.
Oh, I know what this is.
This looks like Stalker.
Did you cheat? Did you read the chapter?
Is it Stalker?
Did you read the chapter?
No, I didn't.
Did you really not?
Get the fuck out of here. Ah, that's an artifact. This is Stalker. Nice.
That was like he has to have cheated. He has to have read the
Dude,
thing.
I've played a lot of Stalker.
I'm so confused by this. Cause like I thought this game was like dead. Wasn't it? Weren't they making Stalker 2 and then it was like dead in the fucking water?
Yeah.
I remember there was like some crazy backstory behind it, like it changed hands or something, or like
Dude,
the
it changed hands
development
like
of
3
season.
times. Like 2 was being made, then it was canceled, and then it wasn't, and then all sorts of shit.
Well, get hype. It exists.
I'll only be kind of hype because
World premiere.
Clear Sky exists. Like when your series is known to be jank and only 2 out of the 3 were good, like it's hard to be like, ooh, there's a new one.
Could be good though.
It could be good. I'll definitely keep my eye on it. I'm excited, but I've tempered my expectations. I am jaded.
Oh, I've seen this.
This
trailer
I've seen,
as well.
yes.
I mean, it's live. Wow. Is that a guardsman? What is this?
Holy shit!
It's a flashlight on his flashlight.
I love how
My Lord Inquisitor.
they're twin
I've reached
links.
a term of prime and begun our investigations.
I love how this perfectly encapsulates Imperial
Reform
Guard,
squad has
though.
been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive.
Is there's the
to
one guy
determine the
that's
full
important,
extent
has
of
good
the
gear.
unrest.
There's a guy that's permanently injured, and then there's a guy
I'll know
whose
more
equipment is falling
when they make
apart.
it back.
Left 4 Dead 40K edition.
If they make it back.
Could be good.
Yeah.
I mean, if Vermintide is anything to go by, like these people do, like they know how to make games that play well.
World premiere.
So it'll probably be good. Will the other systems that play be good? Who knows? Because Vermintide's kind of a grindy fucking mess.
Mm.
So.
Hello, I am video game.
That's kind of off-putting. Nice suit. I didn't say, hey Siri, fuck off.
Look at all these people pretending to play video games.
Where's the guy that's just like screaming into his mic, calling people like racist shit?
Who's beating his wife in the background?
Yeah, it's on this, but you have to look for the one slide. That's a guy just fucking his wife and screaming the N-word into his headset.
You could see the kid being neglected in the back and just screaming.
It's a kid in a high chair in the back, like just desperately crying out for food.
Where's the autistic kid?
And then he gets up. You can see in the slide. He gets up and he like lifts the high chair and puts it in the closet. And, like
closes the door on it.
Goes back to playing Tetris.
The one guy that's like.
That's the rest of real gamer hours. Who up? Neglecting your kids.
The one that's like actively shitting his pants because he's too autistic to stand up and go to the bathroom.
Optimized single player. Tetris Effect.
World premiere.
Optimized single player for Tetris games has like fried part of my brain. Like I can't even wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Approaching orbit. Scans a no-go. Sure you want to drop here?
Yes. I'm searching for the sweet embrace of death.
What we got? Another good-for-nothing space rock?
Whoa. Hold on, let me check.
Find anything good?
See, the problem with an art style like this is I can't tell if that's like a space dwarf or it's just a characterized person.
Yeah. Just a person with strange proportions.
Right.
Sucking up gunk. Sucking up goop.
This
gunk.
music is very intense for the numbing
it's
that we're seeing.
extremely high. It's like cyberpunk music for sucking up gunk.
And here I thought the robot fist would be used to punch things, not the most mundane use of a power fist.
Oh, we haven't gotten the fist.
Oh, hey,
yet,
here we go. Here's the fist.
It's coming. I'm getting
That
ready
looks
to
extremely
fist.
not threatening. I'm just saying.
I'm porking up. All right, no fisting. The gunk. Wow, I called it. Sucking up gunk.
I'm a big bear and I'm sucking up gunk.
Fucking rest in peace.
Okay.
It all starts with a dead girl.
Okay.
A forest. The moon. Scent of pines. And then... the gun.
Blah blah!
Every story has two sides. A regular, rational one, but also a darker and deeper truth. Not unlike a nightmare. I can see both. Worse, I can live them.
Alright.
Did she just devil trigger?
Yeah, she has white hair.
She just DD.
Hello? Anyone there?
This seriously is DMC Investigative Edition.
Devil May Cry 6.
Rendered, two worlds rendered simultaneously. Why would you do that? That's a huge waste of processor.
Yeah. That's kind of cool though.
It's cool.
Because from a gameplay perspective, I'm thinking like, why would they do that? It must be because you can seamlessly transition. Oh my God, she really does have double trigger.
Ooh, nice.
Did he say let me touch you? Get a little touchy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with this.
The Medium, didn't that?
World premiere.
I feel like I've seen that game before.
Yeah.
At like a different one of these events.
Yeah. The last one is when I think they announced it.
That wasn't also at the Sony one, was it? Or was it the original Xbox one?
The original Xbox one.
Okay. Holy shit!
We have to put in an expansion because we kind of fucked the launch super hard.
We made it Monster Hunter now.
No, that's what Phantasy Star Online 2 has been.
What, like this? Like open world, these big environments? Because every time I've seen gameplay of it, it's like hallways, like old school fucking PSA.
Well, it's all instances, so it's not like this is seamless and you'll see other people, but yeah.
Every time I ever saw like Max playing this game, it always looked like it was just, I'm not saying it looked bad, but it always just looked like hallways, like walking through hallways, which is what I remember like Phantasy Star Universe being a lot like.
Yeah.
Which was just instant sets of hallways that you just kind of dungeon crawled through. So I've never seen this. I've never seen like big open fucking Monster Hunter World-esque fucking environments.
Yeah, I remember one of the, I mean, this is a fucking 10-year-old game, so I remember that one of the first ones I was seeing, it was like a city environment, which is kind of like the hybrid between the two, where it was more open than a hallway, but... And
Dude, I want to play this game so bad. But
I do too.
I can't because fucking Windows 10 and that garbage store that they have it on. It just fucking blows.
Coming 2021.
I need to get
Supposedly
fucking
the
Windows
American
10.
launch somehow, even though it's like 10 years in the making, is like super behind on updates, so that might be a
Wait,
promise
really?
that they're gonna sync them up.
Global risk is scared of the weapon. You will become.
Call of Duty. Remedy?
Crossfire X?
You what? Whoa!
Destiny chose me to save this world. And I will see it done.
Remedy is making a first-person shooter?
That takes place in the Metal Gear universe?
I'm in!
Blacklist, we make our own path.
I mean, it looks very like Call of Duty Dude Bro, but Remedy's fucking hype.
17 seconds.
Oh, this is very much just Call of Duty Dude Bro.
Soon, the entire.
But there has
With
to be
the
something
crisis
interesting.
All
There's got to be something cool about it. 'Cause it's
here it
Remedy.
is.
Like, Remedy never makes just basic shit. It looks very nice. Graphically.
That's a terrible name, though.
Crossfire!
Today, you saw 10 world premieres and 22
That's cool. I
console
didn't know
launch
Remedy was making a
exclusives.
fucking first-person
Game Pass
shooter.
members can play every game you have seen today from Xbox Game Studios and all of our partners in the subscription or free to play. This is just a peek at some of the new titles coming to Xbox Series X.
Was that Gears
And
Tactics
some of the
just
games
shown
you
in,
already
like, a
love
sizzle
and
reel?
some
It
you
might
have
have
yet
been.
to play will also be optimized
I gotta go
for
back
Xbox
when we're
Series
done.
X. Games
And I gotta
like
read
Forza
the
Horizon
text
4,
at the bottom of the
Gears
screen
5,
during that
and Sea
Remedy
of
game.
Thieves.
Because there was
You'll get
something
the
about
next-gen
like
upgrades
Game Pass
at
and
no
like
additional
multiplayer
cost
being free
when
to
they
play.
launch. You can expect a lineup of over 100 titles for Xbox Series X this holiday season.
I can't believe
With
that
Series
they
X and
haven't
Game Pass,
given a
Xbox
price
is
for the
the
Series
place
X
to
or a
play.
solid
And
launch
you are at the center of everything.
holiday.
we do.
I feel like
Now,
both
you may have
Xbox and
noticed
Sony
we
are
didn't
just
get to
waiting
visit
for the
all of
first
our
one to put
Xbox
a
Game
price
Yeah.
up just to
Studios today.
undercut them.
That
Like, I
means
feel like that's
we'll
all
have more to
this is.
share later
They're
this
waiting
year.
till the last
But until
possible
then,
freaking moment.
here's one more thing.
One more thing. Oh, I know what this is. If it's the
World
last thing.
premiere.
It's the only other thing I saw from this.
The world is filled with stories of legendary heroes and treacherous villains, of fantastical creatures and wondrous places where nature and magic live in perfect harmony. Not all stories have happy endings. But yours has yet to be
Oh,
written.
neat.
That's exciting. I mean, like, it's both exciting and hard to get excited about because you know nothing about it. And it's, like, obviously not, like, a Lionhead fucking joint because they're dead.
Yeah, but that's okay, because, I mean...
Yeah, no, that is okay.
A lot of people talk up Fable, but there's, like... I argue that it was just the first one was the good one.
I liked the other two, but yes, the first one was the best one. By far. I'm excited about the concept of a new Fable game. I hope it's good. I know nothing about that studio that's making it, but I hope it's good.
Yeah, I'll have to look into, see if they're, you know... They're probably too new to really have much of a repertoire, but it really depends on what talent that they have. Yeah, that's the weird thing about this industry now, is like you could have a brand new studio, but that doesn't matter if it's like full of really good devs. Because a lot of old studios are now filled with like new devs and they suck, which is why a lot of IPs are dying.
Dude, that's what you and me, and I had this conversation with you and Richie and Rob and shit like a while back, where it's like I get really sick of people like dick riding developers, especially developers who have been around for a really long time, and then they dick ride them when they're like, oh yeah man, fucking new Mass Effect game's coming out, and it's like you always gotta realize that these are companies where people leave, you know, and like the BioWare you knew from back then isn't the one you know. I'm just using them as an example, but it's like similar idea. I would say all in all, that was alright.
Yeah, that was okay. I'm just gonna have to have a lot of just like random censors here. Just all of this shit.
Yeah. Well, you can literally just cut. There's literally nothing left.
Right, but if we... Oh yeah, I guess yeah, it could just be black for here. Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. I would say, I don't know. It was similar, I guess, to the Sony event, where it's like there's a couple things I liked and a bunch of shit that I didn't really care about.
Yeah.
I think I'd say all in all, there's probably maybe like one or two extra things they showed here that I thought were cool over the Sony event, but for the most part, it's just a few things I thought were neat, and then a lot of fluff.
Yeah, I'll be honest, my brain is so fried, I don't even... Like, I hardly remember what was even shown off at the Sony one. There's too many of these.
For me, the only stuff at the Sony one I thought was cool was, like, to compare, briefly, I guess, the Sony one to this one. Like, the Sony one had, like, Horizon 2, which I thought was cool.
Oh, Ratchet
we got
and
to see,
Clank
like,
looks
RE7... Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. If we're talking exclusive specifically, then yeah, like Ratchet and Clank, Horizon 2. I think there was like one other thing Sony showed that I thought was neat. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, you did.
I'm actually like struggling to
I
remember.
forgot that was from there.
Yeah, RE7. We saw that Capcom game that they showed off. I can't even remember the name of that one either. The astronaut guy.
Godfall, man. No.
Oh, get hype, bro, for Godfall. I don't know. This was kind of cool, I guess. Like Halo, and this is coming from someone who's like was a pretty big fucking Halo fan in terms of like 1, 2, 3 and shit like that. Infinite looks okay. I mean, from that gameplay, it looks like more Halo. It's hard for me to get like super excited about it because like 4 and 5 kind of disappointed me, more so 5. So I don't know if I'm gonna like Infinite or not, but.
Right. Yeah, like I don't really have stake in that, so like that's whatever. But I mean, even me, you know, there were games in this that looked cool. I mean,
Avowed. I'm actually excited about Avowed. I think that's kind of incredible that Microsoft has convinced Obsidian to make them a first-person RPG, which is what we've known Obsidian is extremely good at doing for quite some time.
I think the
and Bethesda refused to hire them to do it again.
The Medium looks good. Crossfire X looks a little dude bro-ish, but it's Remedy, and
I'm very excited about that.
Even those
fucking
games
Remedy
are...
first-person shooter.
Yeah, and even the thing about like Call of Duty and just like generic military shooter games is that I don't think I've ever played one of those that were bad. They weren't gripping because it's just so like by the numbers, but gameplay wise, mechanically wise, they're generally pretty solid. So,
Stalker 2.
well, I mean,
Kind
that
of
was just a visual
interesting.
trailer. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but so is the shit like Fable. I'm still kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm happy. Once again, very similar to the Sony event. There's like a handful of things where I'm like, oh yeah, that's neat. But that's about it. Nothing like mind blowing or shocking where I'm like, oh my god, dude, I gotta buy a fucking Xbox. I'm doing pelvic thrusts, you can't see it, but like I gotta buy a fucking Xbox on launch, dude.
Well, I think the main thing for me when it comes to that is that it's like I think Microsoft Studios is in a good place, but hardware wise, I don't give a shit. Especially since they're like, we're bringing it to PC. Don't worry. It's like, yeah, cool. You'll get my money, but I don't give a shit about the Xbox brand, you know.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that's all they need is my money, so it works out.
At least Microsoft is bringing their games to PC.
Mm-hmm.
Thank fucking God. Even though I have to have Windows 10 to play them, and I don't currently, so that's still an issue. But it's still very nice of them, especially not just to bring them to PC, but also through Steam. It's very fucking neat.
Yeah.
So that when this hypothetical Fable game comes out, assuming it's not trash, it'll probably be on Steam, I would assume.
That, you know what, this thinking about it now, one thing that kind of concerns me about this is very little of those trailers had like gameplay.
Yeah.
Like there were a couple, Halo Infinite, obviously that's going to be ready. Dumb crap like Tell Me Why, that looked like it was going to be ready, but like a vast majority of these were like announcement trailers. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, why would you buy a Series X and just like for this to be coming out a year or two from now? It's like, ugh.
Yeah. I would say all in all, I'm like so I was afraid going into this that this was going to be the kind of afraid is kind of a weird term to
Yeah, I
use
get
because
what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
like
I get
that
what you're saying.
invested. But like I was concerned for Microsoft that going into this it would be like the Halo Gears Forza show, you know, which I feel like is what it's been for a long time now.
True, yeah.
And I'm actually kind of like impressed at how many games they have, even if they are still going to be on PC. Like Avowed, I wasn't expecting that. Like Hellblade 2, I knew was a thing, but like you have to consider that for the list. Halo, obviously.
Honestly,
Stalker 2 being launch
yeah.
console exclusive is like pretty interesting. Fable, like they have a fair amount of game. That Remedy game, like it's actually more games than I thought there would be. I thought exclusive wise, it would just be like Halo, Gears, Forza. You know what I mean? That's what I was expecting going into this, and I'm somewhat like surprised that that's not what I got. There's actually more games than I was expecting. Even if we didn't see a lot of gameplay, there's still like a fair amount of games, which usually isn't Microsoft's way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think everything shown here was I mean not really exclusive because it's on PC, but at least console exclusive.
Well, that's an interesting thing to say, right? Because it's like going forward, that's going to be the case with everything Microsoft does. Is it's also going to be on PC. So what does exclusivity even mean anymore? Especially when we're talking about like Xbox.
Well, to us, absolutely nothing, but to people
right
who
to
game
a
on
console
consoles,
buyer
yeah.
only, yeah. It's still technically exclusivity.
Yeah, I mean that's why they did the limited exclusives, like the year later launch things, because it's like all the half of these games, it's like the first launch day, not even like launch week, is like where it makes most of the sales and gets most of the buzz or whatever, and then it's like, so you have a game come out a year later, and it's like no one cares because whatever else just came out, and so it's a weird. The industry has become weird. They do a lot of weird tricks.
Yeah, some of this is like kind of continuing from that, like the idea of weird tricks is it's like some of these games that we just saw are clearly not going to show up on like a PlayStation, like Hellblade 2 or Halo or like Forza or hell maybe probably the Remedy game as well, because that other Remedy game I believe was Xbox exclusive. Not Control, but fuck, what was the name of that game they made before Control? The one with the dude, he's just dude bro man, and he has like time powers.
Oh, I know what you're
And he's
talking
shooting
about.
shit.
I can't
Yeah,
remember the name for
but
the
like
life of
that
me.
game,
Was
like
it
so
Quantum Break?
yeah, I
something?
think that might have been what it was
Something
called.
like
But
that.
so like this Crossfire X game will probably be Xbox exclusive when it comes to console. But like some of these other ones, I feel could be tricky. Where it's like Stalker. Stalker, it says console launch exclusive. So I'm assuming that that could mean that when it comes out, it's on Xbox, and then eventually comes to PC and maybe other consoles as well.
Yeah, it got to be like a
You
year
know,
later.
like does that mean it's going to be Xbox only when it comes to console exclusivity, or does that mean it's going to be Xbox only when it launches, PlayStation and shit later? Like, what does that mean?
That's what I
What
imagine
about
it
the Dark
means. I
Tide
mean,
game? Like,
yeah, oh
same
yeah,
thing,
come on.
right?
Like Dark Tide especially. There's no way that's not eventually coming to PC at
Oh,
least.
PC for sure, but that's
Right.
because every Xbox exclusive game also comes to PC. But I just mean in terms of like console exclusivity, are games like Dark Tide and Stalker 2 only going to be on Xbox and never reach PS5? Or are they going to be on PS5 past like a certain date? You know what I mean? They're very clearly not telling you that here because they don't
Right.
want you to know that, which is
Yeah.
typically the case. You know, kind of like how like Death Stranding marketing was always like, oh yeah, dude, it's PlayStation exclusive, and then like never
Yeah,
came
and
to an
then PC
Xbox, but
later, yeah.
came to PC. So it's not quite the same point that I'm making, but you got my point. Like these games like Dark Tide, Stalker 2, hell, The Medium. I don't even know if that I didn't even check to see if that's got big Xbox money in it. But like some of these games could maybe also be PlayStation games. Mainly Stalker and Dark Tide. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'll imagine they'll definitely guaranteed all these at least a year exclusive. At least. From then, who knows?
In terms of actual console exclusives that we know will be on an Xbox and probably never on a PlayStation or like a Nintendo console or whatever, still a decent haul. Like
Yeah.
Halo, Fable, State of Decay 3,
You got a good
the Remedy game.
I gotta say this is a very good spread because you got your Halo for your more how do I want to put it?
Traditional
More like
Xbox fan.
well, nah, but traditional Xbox fan, but also like arcadey shooter versus I want to say Crossfire X's dude bro realism shooter. You know, because some
Yeah.
people are more attracted to that than the other. State of Decay, you got your zombie game. The Medium, that's your horror game. The Gunk is your fun little Ratchet and Clank game. You know, stuff like that. Psychonauts 2 is in there as well. So it's a good spread. And then, yeah, all the stuff that we don't care about, but other people do. You know, you got Tell Me Why. Ori's a fun platformer. Everwild. Like, this is a good spread. I don't see anyone watching this and coming away with like 0 games.
Yeah. At the same time, once again, I'm not like super blown away. Kind of similar to the Sony event where I'm like, yeah, some of this shit's cool, but I'm not like full fucking chub. I'm kind of excited about the Fable reveal, even though I know nothing about the people who are making it, so it could be just horrible dog shit.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, I had a joke in my head, but I didn't get to say it while the trailers were going around. But like, all I was imagining with the Medium and like how they're saying that there's 2 separate rendered worlds, I was just imagining a scenario where they just start Z fighting if they're overlaid, so it just starts bugging out like super hard.
An absolute mess. The
It'd be
Medium
very
is
funny.
made by Blooper. Are those the people who made like Blair Witch and shit like that and Layers of Fear, or am I mixing up my horror devs? Yeah, that is them. They made Layers of Fear, Observer, and Blair Witch. That's neat. It will likely be decent then, I would assume.
Oh yeah, I think so. I'm definitely that's honestly from because my tastes are weird. That's probably my favorite takeaway of this entire thing, because it's like Fable I like, but I don't really have faith. It's oddly same with like Stalker. Um, and I mean I don't super care about like Halo or anything. So yeah, the things to me that like come out with me being the most, oh, this could be very, very good and most interesting is the Medium, because what they showed looked solid, and Avowed, because the
Yeah.
Oblivion, or not Obsidian Skyrim, is, take my money. That sounds good.
Somewhat shockingly, I think the thing's kind of maybe somewhat similar to you. I think I'm most excited for like not Halo and Fable. I think I'm most excited for Avowed because first person Obsidian RPG will probably be good. I highly doubt they'll fuck that up. And Crossfire X, even though that name is horrendous, the idea of Remedy making a first person shooter is like so fucking up my alley. Because I love Remedy. I think Remedy is awesome.
I like there were glimpses of fun weirdness in Crossfire X. And
there was, and that's the thing. That's the thing that has my hopes up, because it's like, yeah, aesthetically it's very like dude bro Call of Duty, but I can see that Remedy flair,
That's why I
where there's like that weird stylish nature to it.
That's why I said the like in the Metal Gear universe, because there's like weird like vibro blades and techno suits and
Dude
gadgets,
pulls out the glowing knife and shit.
and it's like, it just looks weird. That like, who knows? It could be like generic, and those are like just bad kind of cosmetic things. But with Remedy, I feel like, yeah, the plot will have some weird screwball tech things going on, which I like.
There will be
tech.
weird plot stuff. Yeah, weird goofy tech stuff, but also like gameplay wise, I'm sure there's going to be like an interesting mechanic in that game. It's not just going to be dude bro Call of Duty shooter, because it's Remedy. They always have some like weird flair to their action games. And I'm excited about that. I went in completely not knowing that was the thing, and I'm actually kind of hype about it. And then on the reverse side, to preface for people who obviously don't know me, who might be watching this video, like I've been a pretty big Halo fan for most of my life. I would count like the first 3 Halo games as being pretty fucking formative for me. And like Halo Infinite looks okay. Like I wasn't blown away by anything I saw here. It's just like gameplay wise, it's just like more Halo.
Yeah.
And like it's hard for me to get excited about it when like Halo 5 was such a disappointment story wise and like campaign wise. So I don't know, it's difficult. I'll probably still, like, if I have a Windows 10 operating system at that point, I might still get it just because I have to, and I have to know, I have to know if it's bad or not. But yeah, I'm shockingly not. I don't know. That's not the thing that's like that Microsoft is selling me on right now. Just because of like my disappointment with what 343 has done previously. And then Fable, it's like I'm also like a huge Fable fan, but like once again I have to temper my expectations because I don't know anything about the people who are making it. And we saw 0 gameplay. So that game could be dog shit. It could be like Crackdown 3 or whatever.
So I think that's a good place to leave it. The rest we'll do on the podcast.
Hell yeah. I'm all about fucking Remedy dude, bro. Let's go, dude.
Let's go.